In the headlines, the opening of the 6th Garang Floating Market Counter Tourism Festival 2022 with aim to respond to the Vietnam Tourism Day and continually introduce and advertise images of Garang Floating Market culture. Cần Thơ City People's Committee issued the plan of designing, perfecting, and developing the system of identifying the symbol of Cần Thơ City in 2022-2024 phase. Hello, it's good to see you back here in this edition of Continuous and Top News today. With the aim to respond to the Vietnam Tourism Day July 9th and continually introduce and advertise images of Garang Floating Market on July 9th morning at the stopover of Garang Floating Market, Garang Urban District People's Committee, in coordination with Cần Thơ City's Culture, Sports and Tourism Department, organized the opening of the 6th Garang Floating Market Culture Tourism Festival 2022. Attending the opening event was Vice Secretary cum Chairman of Cần Thơ City Chương and leaders of Party Building Board, leaders of the People's Council and People's Committee. This is also one of practical activities that aim to practically celebrate the 6th anniversary that Garang Floating Market culture has been recognized as the national intangible cultural heritage. This year, the festival takes place in 3 days, from July 9 to 11th, with 16 activities, notably the boat parade from Ninh Kiều Quay to Garang Floating Market, introduction of agro products, commercial products, crafts products, cuisine activity, display of souvenirs, and many other music and sports activities. For a successful festival as well as developing Garang Floating Market, Vice Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee Nguyễn Thực Hiện suggested Garang Urban District People's Committee combine with relevant department sectors to renew the propaganda on the development of the floating market tourism and tourism business skills to promote investment attraction for generating many more product services. There are now between 200 and 250 boats and ships that exchange commodities and do business, sometimes as many as 300 and 400 on Garang Floating Market. Commodities here are very diverse, from vegetables and fruits to food. The organization of the annual festival not only contributes to advertising the cultural image of Garang Floating Market culture to tourists at home and abroad, but also facilitates the preservation and promotion of the values of distinguished transaction culture of Cần Thơ City. On July 9th, Garang Urban District People's Committee organized a conference to review the 5-year implementation of the project entitled Preservation and Development of Garang Floating Market in 2016-2021 phase. Attending the conference was Vice Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee Nguyễn Thực Hiện and representative leaders of department and sectors of Cần Thơ City. 5 years after implementing the project, 13 stations have been conducted. Typically, the station of diverting traffic, maintaining trading activities on the river via support of capital loans for 170 families, building the models of cooperative groups, cooperatives to supply agro products and clean fruits for the floating market, organizing a collection of waste for environmental protection, building floating booths, public toilet rooms. There is the year-on-year increase of between 12 and 15% in the number of visitors. Tourism products on Garang Floating Market are diverse and meet the demand of visitors at home and abroad. In his address at the conference, Vice Chairman Nguyễn Thực Hiện suggested continuing to build the project in a new phase of 2022-2030 with the orientation of developing Garang Floating Market as the regional market of agro produce, contributing to developing tourism in a new situation in line with the Politburo resolution, while conducting special policies for traders to stabilize their life, training courses on tourism profession and foreign languages. On this occasion, Garang Urban District People's Committee presented merit certificates to 7 teams and 8 individuals with achievements gained in the project in 2016-2021 phase. Cần Thơ City People's Committee has just issued the plan of designing, perfecting, and developing the system of identifying the symbol of Cần Thơ City in 2022-2024 phase. The system of identifying the symbol must have synchronization and consistency in various aspects of the symbol, from color, font size, principles of using symbols, slogans, among others. The current symbol of Cần Thơ City is the image of Cần Thơ department store lying along the trigon-shaped river and the word Cần Thơ. The current slogan is Cần Thơ, the river and livable ecological city. On July 9th morning, Cần Thơ City's Assistance Association for Poor Patients organized health checkups, allocation of medicine, health consultation, and gift presentation to poor people and policy classified families in An Phú Ward, Ninh Kiều Upper District. The group consists of physicians from Hospital 121 and the health station of An Phú Ward, Ninh Kiều Upper District. 150 patients were given health checkups, medicine, and gifts at a total value of around 25 million Vietnam dong. From the early year to now, Cần Thơ City's Assistance Association for Poor Patients has organized 4 phases that have given checkups for a total of 1,150 patients at a total value of around 125 million Vietnam dong. On July 9th, Cần Thơ City Public Security organized to offer free health checkups, medicines, and gifts to people in Vĩnh Bình, Cam Nguyện, Vĩnh Thành Suburban District, Cần Thơ City, and students of 2 primary schools in the area. Specifically, 300 gifts, including instant noodles and essentials, were given to people categorized in policy classified families and needy families, along with 2,000 notebooks for students of Vĩnh Bình 1 and 2 primary schools in the Cam Nguyện. The total value of gifts and medicines was more than 100 million Vietnam dong. Waterway tourism is one of the types that can be effectively exploited by the tourism sector in Cần Thơ City. However, waste in rivers and canals is currently a concerning matter that needs being handled by functional sectors. Despite being not completely solved, the activity of picking up trash on the river organized by Cần Thơ Tourism Association is one of the closest and most practical ways to contribute to protecting the natural resources of the river capital.
This is a meaningful activity organized by Cần Thơ Tourism Association to celebrate Vietnam Tourism Day on July 9. Participating in this activity were about 80 people who are tourism sector officials, tourism service businesses in the area, and students of Cần Thơ College of Tourism. With 12 ships, the group carried out collecting garbage on the river from Ninh Kiều to Karang Floating Market with a route length of about 6 kilometers. Garbage pickup is difficult to decompose, mainly styrofoam boxes, plastic bottles, and single-use plastic bags.
Joining environmental protection activities to keep a clean and clean environment in the community, I hope there will be more activities in such.
According to the city's tourism service business units, taking part in picking up trash to make the river environment more clean and beautiful is not only their obligation and responsibility, but also their right. Therefore, the units are ready to accompany and support these activities to take place more regularly and more often. It's possible to organize quarterly or annual activities like this in order to create a familiar image, such repetitive actions to create a common sense for people living in the area.
We will also work for the department to have a specific plan, which requires the coordination of many sectors for this movement to be replicated, so that everyone can see the protecting the environment is a good action for the city's tourism.
Along with the efforts of the authorities and functional branches of Cần Thơ City, it's necessary to join hands from the people and the business community, because small jobs but not only contribute to the beauty of urban rivers associated with tourism development, but also help Cần Thơ become an ecological, civilized, smart city with the river identity in the Mekong Delta region following the orientation.
And now, as usual, before moving to the close, let's take a quick look at the updated weather forecast. The updated weather forecast also wrapped up this edition of Continues. If you want to watch again English bulletin, please visit our website kenthtv.vn. And now thanks for being with us. Goodbye and see you next time.